Okay, Sam, what's up, man? It looks
How's it
like
going?
you are somewhere crazy.
Might be Vegas.
We're just gonna get right to it. If you're listening, if this isn't purely audio format for you, uh, Sam is in a conference room with bright flashing lights and lots of movement, and crazy colors. Sam, where are you at?
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. In Nashville, at the Docebo Inspire conference. First one live in person in 3 years for Docebo. So excited to be back live with real people again.
Oh wow. Okay, so for those who don't know, what is Docebo?
So Docebo, learning management system. So for those of us managing training, managing learning, Docebo is one of those platforms that sits in the background. Huge in the industry right now. I think Josh Bersin came out with an article even last week talking about them. So this is their annual conference where they bring all Docebo users together to talk through, what's going on in the industry, what trends are they seeing, new product releases, and then knowledge sharing. A lot of events talking through how people are using the platform, all to scale teaching and learning for customers.
Nice. So specifically in the industry, it's the learning and training industry, the people industry, HR.
HR, but also sales. Like if you think about any company that needs to train somebody, whether it's their employees or their customers, you need a platform to do that. So it's the tech platform that hosts the courses and allows you to deliver that to people to see, did they take the training? Did they learn it? Docebo is that technology platform that enables you to do that, whether it's for internal employees or for even if you're selling training to external customers for sales, for example.
Got it. You as head of talent, head of people at Red Ventures, you brought in Docebo as a platform. Is that correct?
We did 5 years ago. And even at Chipotle before that, we were looking at it at Chipotle years ago. It's been around for a while. The Chambers been around for a long time, but they do something different than a lot of learning management systems in that they integrate with a lot of tech platforms. So it's not just training on its own. It integrates with your entire tech ecosystem for your employee base, which I find very valuable because I want it all to talk to each other to create the best employee experience possible for folks.
Nice. And you might not mention this, so I'll mention it. But you walked away with a little bit of an award last night.
We got some we got some hardware last night.
Hardware.
You know, I've never been nominated for an award before. It's a weird thing in the learning industry to get awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were nominated for two. One for a learning integration or a tech integration, and I can explain what that is. But one for measurement of a learning program. So measuring success and integrating tech together. So nominated for both of those awards and one for most innovative tech integration, which was exciting.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the award called?
I think that's what it was. Best innovation in integrating technology.
Oh,
It
it's
was
not
very wordy, but totally
Got it.
worth it. There was
Okay.
not, yeah.
I
It's
just
so
keep
good
it.
though.
It
It
should
was
be
so
called the
good.
Dochies, right? That's
It
my thing.
should be a dochi.
Should be
It
called the
should be a
Dochi.
dochi.
Yeah. Big
We
miss.
got to talk to the branding team.
Big
Yeah,
miss
we
on
could do that.
Docebo's part. Sorry, Docebo.
Totally.
Well, awesome. Congratulations. What else are you seeing? There's been a lot of like presentations. I know Josh Bersin was there. There's a lot of people who are in this learning, training, employee development space that you're hearing from this week. What's the hot topics that are standing out to you?
Yeah, he wasn't, but the company was. So his
Got it.
co-founder was here, gave a great keynote on kind of what's going on in the industry overall. And the biggest takeaway for me was we're continuing to live in this world where there are a lot of jobs and low unemployment. So there's more jobs than people. And as long as we're in that environment, people will keep jumping jobs together. And so the core of the message is the core of what we're hearing is how do you create an experience where employees want to continue working at your company? And the number one answer continues to be growth and development. The more employees feel like they're growing and developing at your company, the longer they'll stay, which will prevent them from jumping to other companies or going back and forth. So it was a great keynote, a lot of data, but the core of it was there's still more jobs than people. The labor market is still saturated with open jobs. And the number one thing to do to keep people at your company is to invest in them, to train and develop them.
Wow. That's pretty that's pretty clear. That's
Pretty clear. It was fantastic.
yeah. What kind of, you said it was data heavy. Like what are some of like the
They do,
data points that stood out to you?
they're doing a ton of research around the evolving job market. So we're all hearing about AI and its impact on the labor market, but what they're doing is looking at it across industries. So they're looking at it across healthcare to go, okay, there is a shortage of nurses, for example, in the industry today. We need a lot more nurses. They're not coming in. How do you redesign the job market to get more nurses or retain the nurses that are there or develop new nurses or re-architect the job leveraging AI to where you need less nurses overall? And they gave a great framework for that, but that's an example of how they're looking across markets, across industries to figure out where's there a labor surplus, where is there a labor shortage, where are people going, to help us answer these questions about how do you, as an organization, as a company, find great people, keep great people, no matter what industry you're in. And I think they came up with 4 R's. I'm trying to remember the framework off the top of my head, but it was, you've got to recruit, retain, reskill, and a fourth one that's probably really important, but I can't remember it right now.
Reward.
Reward,
Is that it?
something like that. It wasn't reward. It was not reward. We'll find it. We'll post it later. But it was
Okay.
fascinating. Like, it was cool to see how they're applying it, because I think the problems we're facing, like they were talking about nursing. I'm not in healthcare at all.
Right.
I'm in marketing and technology. We talk a lot about restaurants, but it feels like no matter what industry you're in, we're all facing the same thing. We all need a lot of really good people. There are not enough good people out there. And so what are things that you can do to keep the people you have, find new great people, reskill the ones that you have into the new jobs that are coming, and then even reimagine the way that your business and team works so that you need less people overall? Because from all the data they're showing at the Josh Person company, there aren't more people coming. And so we've got to figure out how to do it with the amount of people that are here today.
What role do you think, like what is, when it comes to working with what we have, bringing these people in, if there's like this pool of people and you want to bring them in, and that we know that what they want is development, we know what they want is growth, what is like the technology solution to this that is being presented? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's tricky because if you think about training, a lot of digital training today is like content. Like if you think of Netflix, if you think of Hulu, if you think of Apple TV, that's how people are consuming content. And that's kind of the experience people want when they take training. But your training departments at companies are not Hollywood producers. They are not high quality content creators. And so it's an industry charged with creating compelling content to teach and educate people without the resources of Hollywood. And so technology like Docebo is aimed at solving that and making it a Netflix-like experience for the kinds of content that corporate workers can create regularly.
So they're having
And I think
less
that's
of
the
a,
challenge.
so it's less of a timeline driven learning or training, or like a progressive training, and more of a menu of training, a self-serve model.
All of it, like it's trying to create a platform for, it's like, okay, go here to take your training. And in there, it could be a linear path. It's like, hey, take these 4 courses to become an expert in this thing. That's certainly an option. A lot of what happens in training that uses technology these days is compliance training. So like, did you pass your sexual harassment prevention training?
Right.
There needs to be a software that hosts that and tracks that so that you can give that data to regulators and whoever's asking for that. So the technology serves as this like middle layer. It's what employees experience, but on the back end, that's what all I'm here for, and all these people are here. We're the ones that manage the platform to get the right data, serve up the right courses and content to the right people at the right time, to a variety of industries. I think that's what's interesting is Docebo's trying to do it for healthcare and finance and marketing and technology and restaurants. And all of those have extremely different use cases, different needs. And it's one tech platform trying to serve all of those needs.
What are you seeing there at the conference? Is there any what's some like future stuff they're talking about that's exciting? Is there any? I know you're in the middle of the conference. Maybe this is tomorrow. Maybe this is tonight. I don't know. But is there some sort of like, oh, here's the next thing that that everyone's excited about or looking forward to in the world of learning or training technology? Here's what's coming. What are they talking
I
about?
think, it's interesting is you think about where AI is in the evolution. So AI today, from everything I've seen, is able to get people started really quickly in whatever they're doing. So if you think about like a content writer, you can leverage ChatGPT to get your thoughts started quickly and generate quick content easily. So what we're seeing, and we saw a tease of this today, and I think we'll see more of this, is how do you create learning at scale faster using AI? And we're starting to see that today, to say today a course could take weeks or months to build a whole learning program. Can AI speed up that process? And can AI look at content, look at slide decks that are out there and PDFs that are out there and go, okay, I get what these pieces are. Let AI assemble it and put it into a structured, pedagogically sound system to teach people and educate people in the right way without all the manual labor of creating those courses. We're starting to see the teases of that today. And to me, that's really exciting because creating the content isn't actually the value add for a lot of learning folks. You're trying to solve a problem. You've got somebody that needs to know something to do their job. So the value add is how do you get that content to them in the fastest way possible so they can go do their job, not spending 3 months building a piece of content. So the faster we can do that, and that's where AI is helping out right now, the faster we can create that content and get it in the hands of the people that need it, the better.
And it's interesting, like, it's not necessarily the technology that people are excited about. What I hear you saying, people are excited about speed, right?
Speed.
Yeah, it's
That's
getting
it. That's it.
yeah, getting to the thing, the
We're,
result faster and more efficiently. In whatever way, whatever new platform or whatever technology makes that happen, that's what people are wanting, right?
That's right. Like if you think about every industry, I feel like the world is changing so quickly these days that like you got to create training to keep up with it. And it's impossible to keep up with that pace because you've got to create the training. So if you think about like if a restaurant's going to roll out a new menu item, they want to test it, create it, and as soon as it's ready, they want to go. But usually you've got to wait for somebody to go take pictures of the thing, write the procedure down, create the video, upload it into the system, get it out, teach and educate. All of that time that I just explained is stuff that could be automated. The faster you can go from we're ready to launch it to let's get it in the stores and go, the better. And I think that's where AI is going to speed up that process to get as soon as you're ready to make the change, let's put it in place today.
Awesome. Well, dude, congrats on the Dochi Award, and
The
I know there's some people piling into that conference room, and you're in the middle of this conference. So thanks for just taking a
It
minute
is
and chatting through it.
rolling in. Lunch is breaking through right now.
That's awesome. That's exciting, and conferences are fun, right? Just the energy, the vibe, and getting to see people, especially after 3 years of not doing something, of them not doing it live. It's cool for people to be in the room together, right?
I think so. And I think to just learn from each other, to learn, like, if you're in learning, you're trying to solve the same problem as somebody else, which is just like, how do I create better content? How do I solve business problems faster, educate my people in the best way possible? And then, like we talked about in the beginning, like create a culture of learning at my company where people want to stay because they feel like they're growing and they feel like they're engaged. And it's cool to be around 500 people that are all thinking about that problem and trying to solve that problem and sharing together and learning together. So it's fun to get together with folks like that and solve problems together because we're all kind of experiencing the same things.
Nice. Awesome, man. We'll enjoy the rest of the conference. And again, congrats. And I'll talk to you soon.
Cool. Sounds good. See you later.